Welcome back everyone, I'm Craven and this is Cold Steel. I think at this point in time we are very near the end of the old schoolhouse, and we ended it last time because with the open space and the staircase behind it, and of course the resting point here, I had a feeling that this is where we'll be at the end of the dungeon and maybe even our first boss encounter. So I just wanted to make sure. So for now, let's get straight into it and see what we can find there.
Hey, are we...
That does look like an exit, doesn't it? Sunlight pouring in.
Looks like we are. That definitely seems to be the exit.
I can see the sunlight streaming in, so I'm guessing we're finally clear.
This was a complete waste of time. Pointless busy work at best. Considering the school's esteemed founder, I was expecting more of a challenge, but nothing here posed even a modest threat.
Did we even fight the same enemies? I feel like I've been stretched to my limits. And what was all that business about Class 7 anyway?
Good question. We've got people here from different backgrounds, classes, even cultures. Is there some sort of secret agenda with this whole Class 7 thing that we just don't know yet?
What was that?
There.
Oh yeah, that definitely looks like a boss to me.
What the heck is that?
A gargoyle come to life? What sorcery is this?
That's definitely interesting. Iglute Garmr.
Are monsters like this common in the Empire?
Not outside of old wives' tales, they aren't.
I highly doubt it, yeah. A giant demonic gargoyle. I think this is a good start.
This thing's cutting off our only route to the surface. No choice. We have to fight it.
Right.
Finally, an opponent worthy of my skill.
Idios, help us.
Nah, we got this.
This will take everything we have.
My turn.
Same tactics we've been using through the entirety of the dungeon. Buff ourselves first. Use the defense, regeneration, and then using our skills to annoy the living shit out of it. All elementals do more damage. Sleep is not that successful.
Very well.
Delay. Yeah, I would definitely like some delay on him.
Take this.
My turn.
Yeah, I know you have a critical. Right, I'm gonna attack and I'm gonna do the resounding beat, the next one, because I see that he's up before the gargoyle, so
Leave it to me.
this might be slightly more beneficial.
Here we go.
Delay as well.
There.
Does mean that Rean is out of the sphere of influence for the resounding beat.
Give it up, everyone.
Well, let's hope he doesn't need it.
Take this.
Very well.
Blind. Yes, I think blind was 1/100, so there is a good chance of it working. Ooh, that's a little bit more powerful than I thought it was going to be.
All right.
No, we can still handle it. It's fine. Okay, damage is roughly the same. Yeah. Having seal on him doesn't matter a thing because he just uses his magic. Okay. He has a decent amount of HP, that's for sure. There's a good amount of damage. Good. Let's see what burn does.
Arcus, activate. Ha! Leave it to me.
I think Seal only makes sure that he doesn't move from his location, that he can walk around. His actual attack doesn't do a lot, does it? We are actually forcing him to use Soul Blur instead, so I think it might be wiser not
Arcus, activate.
to use that attack.
Yeah.
Alright, refresh. Really? 2 times in a row and a feint,
well.
really?
Leave it to me.
Alright, that's better. Do we have actually anything against the feint? Doesn't look like it.
Arcus, activate. Yeah.
Now, we are slowly getting there, it's just taking a while.
Arcus, activate!
Alright, we're almost halfway there. See, that attack is so much better than the Soul Blur, does so much less
It's my
damage.
turn. Arcus, activate.
I'll handle this.
Arcus, activate. Take this.
Alright, good. Okay, blind him. You did see it on 100, so the 100% chance of it actually working, the 30% that magic had. What the hell? Did you know how much it took me to get that 2000 HP off you?
All right.
Okay, so the elemental differences changes from over 120 to 2 of them doing less, which were the 2 that were doing the amount of damage. Damn, and it's just a level 5. Yeah, that's not so nice.
My turn. Arcus, activate.
And we might even need to... No, we need a resounding beat because we are starting to lose that. Okay, that's a lot less damage than I wanted it to have.
Give it up, everyone!
2 times aerial, really?
Impossible. Here we go.
Damn. Our first challenge, our first boss fight on the hard, I'm getting annihilated here. And there's not a lot of ability to change it all up, because this is only what we have. I even got like 3 extra levels in order to do this.
Thanks.
I can.
Yeah, you need to heal yourself up. You need to be alive. Not on an aerial, please.
Go.
I suppose I should thank you.
Alright, he's still alive.
My turn.
And because he was dead, he doesn't have the CP to do anything about it. Yeah, focus on survival at the moment.
All right.
He has everything? What the hell?
Go. All right, let's do this.
I'll handle this.
Right.
I can do those 3, but Elliot would be out of the loop.
Give it up, everyone.
We have to survive. I have to see if we can make it.
I'll handle this.
This doesn't do as much damage now because of his different... Oh, we can do trust.
Leave it to me.
Is he literally healing
Very well.
500 per round, and I can't even damage him that much each round?
My turn.
I need a Nescroft. I need a way to do majorly more damage than that. Right now everybody is divided. Well, a little bit.
Very well.
It does still seem that 3 of them can be in aerial attack location. Is he now gonna stay flying with an automatic heal per round for 500?
Leave it to me.
Okay.
My turn.
Alright, it's a lot of damage.
My turn.
He's too far away. Yeah, I gotta try to keep my party alive. See if we can play the long game and beat him that way.
Go. All right.
But we, like I said, because we haven't had any chance to really set up our orbments with quartz. We don't have a shop to buy items, to have a good stock that we could use that to heal ourselves. We are severely limited in what we can do, and I didn't expect him to be this hard. I know it's hard mode, but still.
Give it up, everyone!
No, I'm giving Rosani Pete so he can start regenerating his HP, while Rean and Jusa should be relatively fine.
I'll handle this.
It's my turn.
Good, Impede worked.
My turn. All right, let's do this.
Understood.
My turn!
Yeah, they are our main attackers, so they should be the ones doing this. Wow, yeah, let's not do that again. That's good. The miss was very, very wanted. Water is 100, but it should definitely be better. You know what? Let's try this. I want to see if that works. No.
It's my
Hey!
turn.
No, 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 no! It did work. I did see the Z's beneath it. He's asleep right now. So do we use this time to help our other party members?
Yeah.
I suppose I should thank you.
Go.
I want to see what happens. It's only around myself, the rest is too far away. Yeah, this is a test. I want to see if he actually doesn't do anything.
Here we go.
It is what it is. Okay, because I was afraid if I attacked him, yes, I would have done damage, but he would maybe instantly wake up again.
My turn.
All right.
Come on, we should be able to do this. We're so close.
Right!
You need a little bit more power there, Junior.
Arcus activate! Huh?
Here we go.
Very well.
It's my turn.
Come on, we're getting so close. Don't do another change in a major heal.
Right! Arcus activate!
Here we go.
Can you get that? Is it enough? So close. We got this, we got this. He's defeated on the counter. Beautiful. Alright, damn. It had one dark point in the middle, but we survived. I'm so happy with that. Yeah, hard definitely gives you a little bit more of a challenge. Ooh, bag of tricks. What's a bag of tricks? Huh. Poison.
Well, that should be the end of it.
I hope so.
No, it's down but not out.
That's one hell of a second wind.
I can appreciate a certain degree of tenacity, but this thing needs to just die.
It's no use. We're too spent to go another round. Guess I have no choice.
Stand back!
Alright, backup is here.
Here!
Hi! You made it!
You've certainly got some good timing.
Seems like you're all okay, at least. I'm sorry we took so long.
You're here, and that's what counts.
So, a gargoyle, is it? I didn't expect to find the Dark Ages alive and well down here.
There's only one person we're missing now, that's Machias. Oh, and Fee, of course.
It doesn't seem like it'll go down easily.
Indeed. It's brushing us off as though we barely even scratched it.
With this many of us, we can just find an opening?
Fine. I guess I'll help out.
Looks like you started the party without me.
You?
Releasing limiter. Take this! Break shot!
Yeah, that's a move I would have really liked during the fight. Defense 25% less.
An opening!
Go!
This one's mine!
Damn, she just chopped off his entire head. Yeah, I think it's defeated now.
It's...
We did it! I think that's the end of it.
At the very least, that creature doesn't seem like he'll be coming back for a rematch anytime soon.
What happened there anyway? Right at the end of the battle...
Now that you mention it, I did feel something wash over me for just a second there.
It was like each of us were engulfed in some faint blue light.
What?
I did notice something as we fought. Perhaps it was just the blur of combat, but I felt like I could see everyone's movements in precise detail.
I don't think it was just your imagination.
Agreed. I have a feeling what we just experienced was...
The biggest selling point of the almighty Arcus? Give this man a prize.
Yeah, the same thing we saw in the opening. Linking. That's probably it, isn't it? The one thing we weren't able to do just yet.
Looks like friendship and teamwork saved the day once again. I'm so proud of you guys. Anyway, that about finishes up today's special orienteering exercise.
Exercise? It was a battle to life and death, really. I almost died back there. I actually did die back there.
Aw, what's with the long faces? I thought you'd all be happy.
What are we supposed to be happy about?
I have so many questions, I'm not even sure where to start.
Oh?
I'll take a stab at it. What exactly is the purpose behind this Class 7?
I mean, we get that it's supposed to be some sort of melting pot that includes a broad cross-section of people.
But why were the 9 of us chosen in particular?
That is a valid question. There's no single monolithic reason why you all made the list. But if I had to name a major contributing factor, it'd be those Arcus orbments you've got there.
How so?
Well, like I explained earlier, The Arcus units are developed jointly by the Epstein Foundation and the Reinford Company. Like any battle ordnance, they let you use arts, and these have communication functionality built right in. But their crowning feature is what's known as combat linking. That's the phenomenon you all experienced just now.
So that's what that was.
Seems like a pretty apt term. It did feel like we were all connected somehow.
Precisely.
Doesn't take a genius to imagine how much of an advantage a feature like that would be on a real battlefield.
Yeah, because we saw it gives us a potential extra hit during a fight. That's such an improvement. A free hit, just out of nowhere. I'll take it.
An elite unit that can sense each other's movements, acting in perfect sync even in the most chaotic conditions. You can hardly put a price on that. It could bring about a revolution in the way wars are fought.
It does sound rather
idealistic. Well, yeah, the technology has its limits. Some have a natural aptitude for it, others just don't. And out of this year's fresh batch of bright-eyed students, the 9 of you turned out to have the highest aptitude. And since aptitude trumps background in Class 7, well, here you are.
I see.
So basically, it's not an experiment of mixing different social classes together in one group and see how well they can fight together if they're put under pressure. It's just because they're good at using Argus. Alright. That's a good reasoning as any, I guess.
But what gives us this aptitude, though, as compared to our peers? It just seems so random.
What indeed? As promised, if any of you have objections to being in this class, speak now or forever hold your peace. I think that pretty much covers the hows and whys of your situation. But this program isn't cheap to run, so we're not about to force anyone into it if they don't want to be here. You should also be aware that Class 7's curriculum will be tougher than any other class's coursework. Just fair warning. So now you know. And that leaves you all with an important decision to make. Will you stick with Class 7 or not?
I think they will. Because we already saw all of them in the later scene, in their opening, so yeah.
You'll just be placed in the class you would have been assigned to otherwise. There's no pressure. Nobles will land in Class 1 or 2, commoners in 3, 4, or 5. It's still just the first day, so there's no real catching up you'd have to do. I'm sure you'd fit in just fine.
I'll do it. Whatever Class 7 has to throw at me, I'm game.
Whoa, wait, what?
Just like that?
So you're the first then. You seem pretty sure about it. Any particular reason?
Not really. I just feel like I've put my family out asking them to send me to this school. So, if it gives me more to show for my time here, I'll take whatever opportunities come my way.
A noble sentiment.
Hey, what'd you expect? He's the protagonist, I guess.
Count me in as well. The greater the challenge, the more I can push myself to excel. One can't hone a blade without grit, after all.
Let's make it 3. Considering how far I came to attend this school, it'd be silly to back down before I even started.
Well, looks like we've got the country's strongest freshman on board, and our foreign exchange student too. Any more takers?
Allow me to take part as well. I was only able to come because of the school's generosity, so I feel it's my duty to help in any way I can.
Sign me up too! I kinda feel like fate brought us here for a reason, you know? And you all seem pretty easy to get along with.
All? I think Juices and Machias will be the slight little hurdle in that one.
And that's a yes from our 2 Orbital staff testers. Though I feel compelled to remind you, your weapons are still in the prototype stage. So on top of your other work, I'll be expecting reports from both of you.
Of course.
Maybe I spoke too soon.
Let me join too.
Huh?
Oh, there's a surprise. I was almost certain your rebellious streak would see you opt out just on general principle.
It does bother me that you've got us using these Arcus units that are still pretty clearly in development. But if I let every little nitpick like that hold me back, I'd never amount to much.
Yeah, about little nitpicks. What about Rean? God, that was one little nitpick as well. You could try to forgive him, maybe?
Words to live by right there. And that brings us to an even 6. Now, what about you, Fee?
Don't really care either way. You can choose.
Not this time. This is one call you're gonna have to make for yourself. That was the deal, remember? You need to take control of your own life.
Why am I getting a Ren vibe from this? I'm not saying Fee is like Ren. I'm not saying that the fact that she needs to take control of her own life, that part. Interesting. I'm sure we're gonna get a lot more background from each character along the way.
Fine, I'm in.
Well, at least you committed. We've got a magnificent 7 now. Which leaves just the 2 of you. I can see you got issues with each other, but that doesn't mean you can't at least try to work together. Why, if you just look past your differences and embrace the joys of youth, I'm sure you'll become the best of friends.
Don't push it, Sara. It's a little bit too soon for that.
Like hell we will! The exploitation of the common people by the aristocracy is a blight on every facet of Erebonian life. Unless something is done about it, this country has no future.
I appreciate your candor, but I don't think you're going to achieve much by lecturing me about it.
Well, at least that makes this simple. I, Eustace Alberea, claim my place as a member of Class 7.
Huh?
Why? You're the son of a duke. Just the thought of being in the same class as commoners should make you sick.
Yeah, and that's just the point, Machias, because you assume every noble is exactly the same piece of... They think they all look down on commoners. I think maybe that's part of the reason why Juices wants to be in Class 7. Just to show that he just doesn't care.
I'll thank you not to tell me how I'm supposed to feel.
Exactly.
As far as the House of Alberea is concerned, there's little difference between other nobles and commoners. Besides, this should at least ensure I won't have fools flitting about every day trying to win my favor. That said, I have little interest in getting drawn into your petty arguments on a daily basis either. I think it would be prudent for us to go our separate ways. I'm certain we can at least agree on this, no?
I don't need some pompous ass who coasts through life on his father's coattails telling me what to do. I'm in. Come hell or high water.
Why do I get the feeling that he's in not because he wants to be in, but just because Joseph suggested that he didn't enter Class 7? Look at his smile. He's so proud of himself. Baiting Machias.
You might have had your successes spoon-fed to you up to now, but no outmoded class system is going to hand you trophies anymore.
We'll see about that.
They're going to be like this pretty much all year, aren't they?
Sure seems that way. I wouldn't bet on them ever seeing eye to eye.
Oh.
The pots shouldn't be too hard on the kettles.
I think it will be fine. The fact that in a moment of relaxing a bit, she already started talking to him before she even realized that. So I think eventually this will be fine. Right?
Give a guy a break.
Exactly.
Well, how about that? 9 out of 9. With that, I'd like to congratulate all of you on being the first ever Class 7. I hope you keep those high spirits all year, Because with the workload we've got planned for you, you'll need it.
We'll be working hard, I'm sure. Ooh, we've got onlookers.
Well, well, I wasn't expecting Class 7 to turn out quite as diverse as this. It certainly promises to be an interesting year.
You took the words right out of my mouth. But perhaps this too is the divine providence of the goddess, no?
How do you mean?
Well, seeing them there, I feel they have the potential to be the light we seek.
He looks a bit like Olivier, doesn't he? Don't tell me this is him, right? Could be, though.
A light that can break through the storm clouds that continue to build over our nation day by day.
Is it, though? He does talk a bit like him. It's just more that the way I talked like him in Trails in the Sky is a bit different, but can be expected like that. But he does have the look and the dress there. He does talk in a very flourishing way. Will that be him? Oh, it would be cool though that he's actually in here, straight from the get-go. I like that. But we'll see. I'm sure it will be confirmed at some point. Save data? No, I think we just continue. Okay, straightforward a couple of days. So we're basically already adjusted to school life at this point, I bet. The third dormitory.
All right. Time to get going.
Oh, Rean!
Morning, Elliot.
Good morning. Are you heading to school now too? How about we walk there together?
Sure. It's getting late though, so we might need to pick up the pace a little.
No problem. I'm guessing everyone else left already, huh?
I think so. I'm not sensing anyone else on this floor, at least. Gaius in particular is probably long gone by now, being the early riser he is.
Oh, okay then. He's not sensing anyone? What does that mean exactly?
Who knows? Maybe he's more like the fighters from Dragon Ball Z. He can just sense their life energy throughout the building.
Good morning.
Really? We're almost 2 weeks later and she hasn't still forgiven him?
Yeah. Good morning.
Morning! Are you two on your way to school?
Yeah. Come on, Emma. We're going to be late.
Hey, wait for me, Lisa. We'll see you in class.
I never would have guessed she'd hold a grudge this long.
Yeah, it's a little bit ridiculous, isn't it?
She knows it was just an accident, right? She has to. Can't believe she'd be so sensitive.
No kidding. She's not even giving me a chance to apologize to her.
Well, as long as you keep trying, I'm sure she'll understand. Eventually. Class 7's got enough tension as it is. What with our two, prideful warriors at each other's throats. So I think it would be a load off everyone's mind if you and Elisa could make up at least.
I'll certainly do what I can, whatever that may be.
I'm sure the opportunity will present itself sooner rather than later, I'm sure.
These past 2 weeks have really flown by, haven't they? It's funny. I went into this thinking combat practice would be the toughest part of the curriculum. Never would have guessed the academic side of things might give it a run for its money.
Well, strong in body and mind is pretty firmly embedded into Imperial culture. I do get what you mean, though. I figured I'd be able to coast through the year, but I've had to very quickly reevaluate that.
You too, huh? I wish I were as smart as Machias or Emma. They don't seem to be having any problems at all.
I'm pretty sure they study a lot for that.
But then, Emma got the top score on the entrance exam, and I'll bet you anything Machias wasn't far behind.
I'm sure. Eustace and Elisa are apparently doing really well too. As are Laura and Gaius.
Really? Guess I'm just gonna have to suck it up then. Though I really do hope they don't mind.
Huh? I'm not sure I follow.
Oh, sorry. You got me thinking about Eustace and Laura. I've been talking to them the same way I talk to everybody else, but they're both nobles, right? And Eustace's family rules over the whole eastern side of the Empire, so it kind of feels like I should address them more formally.
Well, they both said it was okay, so I wouldn't worry about it too much. Though you probably shouldn't go picking fights with Eustace every chance you get, like a certain someone else.
Oh, I don't plan on it. I'd hoped they'd get along a bit better over time, but if anything, things seem to be spiraling downhill fast on that end. When the two of them are in the same room, there's just this constant tension in the air.
It's not all Machias either. Eustace seems to enjoy provoking him at every opportunity.
Oh, indeed he does. We've seen that a lot. He really likes to poke the bear.
I can't even imagine what it would take to make them see eye to eye at this point.
Well, put them in a pit with food and drinks and then lock them up until they get along. That's the way I should do it.
Yeah, I wish there was something we could do to help them get along. And that's where we'd be if we weren't in Class 7. Dormitory number 2, for all the common folk like us.
Yeah, I guess so, huh? I'm still kind of shocked that Class 7 gets to have its own dormitory. Though, to be fair, I think that building was abandoned till this year. Seems like they renovated it just for us.
Well, they did a good job. It's got a nice feel to it. I just wish it were a little closer to the academy.
Oh, come on. This village ain't that big, Elliot. Come on.
Hey, you're in our way. Step aside at once. Class 7, I see.
Definitely a noble.
Is something the matter?
You're just a ragtag bunch of nobodies, aren't you? Come on, we're leaving.
Yeah, I think this is more the standard noble Machias had in mind when he's so outraged about them.
Yes, Patrick! A word of advice. You might be part of a special class, but that doesn't change who you are. Never forget your place.
So they're from one of the upper classes. This is why I hate talking to them.
Unfortunately, that attitude is all too common among the nobles. Thank goodness Laura and Eustace aren't like that.
Yeah, that would be pretty bad. That's the infamous dormitory number 1, where all the nobility lives. It's supposed to be super fancy inside, with maids and butlers and everything.
Wow, really? Guess that's our cue to pick up the pace.
Yeah, sorry.
Yeah, it looked like we're still in the part that they're still run about explaining everything to us, like, that's where the nobility lives, that's where the commoners are, we have a separate building, pretty in the backhand of town. It is nicely done, it's not very in your face, but it's still there. I think that's how it should be when you start beginning the game. They need to put on a setting on how everything works, how everything is. So from that point we can move forward.
Oh, hey, have you picked out a club to join yet? Doesn't sound like you have to or anything, but it's probably a good way to meet people.
Ooh, do we get to pick a club?
No, I'm still looking. It's hard to decide on one.
So can we go look around town, around the school, and see what kind of clubs there are? And then pick the one we like?
Stand, bow, be seated.
Oh god, do we actually need to take
As
class?
I'm sure you're all well aware, the Erebonian Empire was driven to the brink of collapse roughly 250 years ago.
Thomas Lysander.
This was brought about by the conflict we know as the War of the Lions. A civil war lasting several years, staged over the throne of the late emperor by the most powerful of his potential successors. But of course, I'm not here to tell you that. If I were, I think even young children would be able to pass this course. Rather, I'd like to discuss the effects this had on the Empire as members of the aristocracy were drawn into the war.
I have a feeling I need to pay attention here.
Many hired mercenaries turned to looting and pillaging, and a similar trend could even be seen among some of the knights. The land was left utterly devastated, and morale was at an all-time low. But then, lo and behold, into this nightmare stepped a man willing to take a stand against this bloody war of succession.
Drykles?
He was a wandering prince who began to rally forces from the outskirts of the Empire, and would go on to make quite a name for himself. And that name, of course, was Drykles Rysay Arnor.
Yeah, basically his name was on the back of the board. Also 145, can't read the rest.
He would later become known as Drykles the Lionheart, the 73rd Emperor of Erebonia, and father of the Renaissance. Not to mention the founder of this very academy. Drykles' army was initially rather small in number, but as he traveled across the Empire, winning over the hearts of influential sympathizers, his forces rapidly increased. Now, the place where Emperor Drykles first began gathering his army was... Rean Schwarzer. Would you care to tell the class?
Uh-oh. Do I actually need to answer it myself? Then... How would we know this? Oh god, this is gonna be a guess, isn't it? The place where Drykles first started to gather his army was the... No, I think Berea Heart doesn't seem like the right place. This isn't placing in Crossbell, because that's a different region, so... North Highlands? It was the North Highlands, a region northeast of Erebonia. Ah, very good, Mr. Schwarzer. Thank you. Prince Drykles' wanderings led him to a land of North, where he lived with the vagabonds for some time. It was there that he heard of a civil war taking place in Erebonia, and those vagabonds in the North became his very first allies. Ah, yes, I got it right. Aww, she was helping me with the answer. Oh, that's actually very sweet. Yeah, slowly but surely she's in the process of forgiving me, I'm sure. I guess he didn't need my help after all. I still appreciate the thought. AP increased by 1. Is that gonna be like the guild points in Trails in the Sky? Academic points. By making good decisions, acting appropriately and completing quests, you will gain AP, academic points. When you've accumulated enough AP, your rank will increase the next time you report a quest. There are 15 ranks, ranging from B7 to A0, and every time your rank increases, you will receive a perk from the academy. Yeah, it's basically the guild points as well. But then, on an academy level...
Nice work, everyone. You made it through another grueling day of classes.
Like I was trying to say, I want to try to get as many points as we can get to get to the top rank of the end of the game. We're gonna try at least.
In case you've been living under a rock, please don't forget that tomorrow is your first free day. It's not technically a day off, but there are no classes, so it's up to you what to do with your time. Why, you could go shopping in the capital if you wanted to. Or just do what I do and sleep all day. Sleep is so wonderful.
Will the Academy's facilities still be open for our use?
Yes, I'd like to be able to use the free study area in the library myself.
Of course! This school shuts down for no one, so feel free to patronize any and all facilities as you like. A lot of clubs have meets scheduled for these free days as well, so anyone who's joined one should probably check on that.
I see.
I'll be certain to do so.
Also, before you leave, we should go over what's happening next week. On Wednesday, you all have your practical exam.
A practical exam?
What does that entail exactly?
It's part of your combat training. You'll be graded on your performance, so make sure you're well rested and ready for battle by then.
Alright, thank you for the warning. Will there be an opportunity to fight between now and then? So we can get our resources to get better?
Might be a good idea to do some training on your own time too, just to keep from getting rusty.
I guess we will.
Interesting.
I definitely don't like the sound of that.
Oh, and one more thing. After the practical exam is over, I've got another important announcement about a major part of Class 7's curriculum that I haven't mentioned at all yet.
What? Here it comes.
So, whatever you choose to do on your free day, make it count for something.
Why does she make it sound so ominous? Like, do choose to make something great out of your free day. You might not get another.
That concludes today's homeroom. Machias, if you'll do the honors.
Yes, instructor. All rise. Bow.
I'm a little worried about that practical exam next week. I mean, I'm still just getting used to this stuff. Well, I'd be happy to help you train if you need a sparring partner. The gymnasium looks big enough that I'm sure we'd have no trouble finding a good spot for it. Oh, that's very kind of you to offer, but I was planning on attending club practice today. Oh? You've joined the club already? Which one did you pick? I decided to try for the band. Though, I'm not sure how much use they'll have for a violinist. I didn't know you played the violin. Did you just pick it up for fun? Yeah, something like that. How about you, Gaius? Have you joined any of the school's clubs? Well, I'm considering joining the art club. Art club, huh? Somehow, that's not what I pictured for you. No pun intended. Well, do you have any artistic experience? Well, I dabbled in it back home. I taught myself though, so I feel like this could be a good chance to learn proper technique. Wow, that's pretty cool. I'd love to see some of your work sometime. Oh good, you're still here. Instructor? Is there a problem? No. I was just hoping someone could do a teensy little favor for me. And there's something I need picked up from the student council room. Something you need to pick up? What would that be? That's for me to know and you to find out. All I say is it's something absolutely essential to your school life. And somebody needs to get it. Though it doesn't matter who. Any volunteers? Sure, I'll go. If I show up at the student council room and tell them you sent me, they'll know why I'm there, right? Wait. Are you sure you don't mind? Well, you two have clubs to go to, right? I'm still totally undecided, so this shouldn't be a big deal at all. I can look in on a few clubs myself along the way, in fact. Well, if you really don't mind. Thank you. Well, the student council room is in the student union building next door, at the end of the hall on the 2nd floor. It's open until quite late, so there's no rush. Thank you, my dear. I leave everything in your capable hands. Okay. Why does it feel like she's just taking advantage of me and my good nature? But on the other hand, it's a good way for me to get to learn the surroundings, talk to everyone, look around everywhere. And just like he said, maybe find a club that we can join. Because that would be very cool. That if we decide on a certain club that actually have an influence on where the game goes. The student council room is on the 2nd floor of the student union building to the east of here. I'm counting on you. Of course, instructor. Is there a reason you're still here though? Oh, don't tell anyone, but I actually left the student register in here and forgot all about it. Good thing I remembered though, otherwise I would have had to sit through another one of Vice Principal's lectures. She's not exactly a conventional teacher, is she? No, she definitely is not, and to be honest, I actually quite like that fact. Alright, so, what are we gonna do? We're gonna leave this episode right here. And next time we're gonna start by going everywhere we're allowed to. On the campus grounds, the town of Trista, wherever the game will allow me to go next. I don't know if there's any barriers that will prevent us from going anywhere, but we'll discover that next time. So we're gonna do our rounds, basically. And the way I like to do it, in case you haven't followed my channel through the entire Trails in the Sky series, is that I like to talk to everyone I can between the scenes and see what they think about what's going on, and that will give us more insight about the world we are in, the lore, what's actually going on right now. So not talking about the people of Class 7, but with all the students here at the Academy. I think that will be very nice. And already got a few tips in the comments about how to handle that, so see if I can keep that in mind next time we go through the entirety of the Academy. Alright, but that's next time. Until then, I wish you all a great night, morning, day, wherever you are, and if you're still here, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe, and make sure to be back next time as we go exploring on the Academy grounds. Bye bye.